Hello and welcome to the Observe Conversations channel. I am VR Sampath, retired IPS, aka Sampath Ramanujan MFA. For more details, click the link below. Please subscribe and click the bell icon. Thank you. Let's get into the topic for the day. The shadow. The following is a fiction based on Carl Jung's ideas of unconscious. I was born out of the unconscious. I will disappear into it when I die. Between these two events, I develop a persona and his ally, ego, to become functional. I also gather tiny weeny bits of consciousness to see me through the day. To function effectively, I needed masks and functioned as the situation required. As a dependent child, to growing adolescent, to a full-blown adult, I wore the masks of a son, husband, father, and a lot more. As years went by, I got so identified with these roles and masks that I became them. But there occurred those occasional bursts of rage against loved ones, the others, and the society. The thief, liar, conman, cheat, and infidel in me surfaced with devastating consequences. It became a fight to hide them and escape unscathed. My true self got buried and hidden behind these masks permanently. What emerged from a true self but did not suit my mask went to a special place deep down in my unconscious, the shadow. The shadow grew bigger, heavier, and darker as days rolled by. I was dragging a huge and heavy sack of this shadow content which grew miles behind me. Life became stale and tiresome, and dragging this heavy weight day and night made me feel sick. Gradually, the masks melted away one by one. Children grew up and went away. I retired from my job. Money stopped coming in. Power vanished. Sex became non-existent. Prayers went unanswered. The collective unconscious, which devoured me for a lifetime for a pittance of a reward, chewed and spat me out over the pavement when I retired. My ego grew weary and old. It was weak and weak. It needed a shot in the arm. I was dying. What I didn't know was, what I needed was waiting for me in my unconscious. My ego's twin brother, the shadow, waiting to be accepted, acknowledged, and integrated with my ego. Combined together, they could move mountains, achieve things which were hitherto unimaginable. I acknowledged the evil in me, the dark, the hideous, the ugly, and the unspeakable. I no longer rejected them, but hugged them as part of me. I gave faces to them, invited them over for a cup of tea, delighted in fireworks with them, and had long conversations until the wee hours. I discovered their roots. They became part of my family and not outcasts anymore. With this satisfaction, they went away contented, removing the thorns from my path on their way out, casting aside the boulders, blocking my way to freedom. The wholeness began emerging. The weight I was lugging behind me lightened and the darkness cleared. Bright sun appeared in my horizon. When I overlooked my shadow out of shame and guilt, the part of the body which belonged to it aged, withered, and wore out. Now the body got a new lease of life. I am born again. I was floating in the sea of unconscious like a little boat. I had my share of salty water inside the boat in addition to the water surrounding me. The little wars in the shape of ego and identity, self-righteousness and consciousness were barely enough to keep me afloat. I held a candle light of consciousness in the dark, gathering storm of the unconscious ocean. I realized the ocean is going to be there. I cannot erase it. I can only accept it or drown. If I have to reach my destination, the true self, the way lay through the dark depths of the ocean bed. The ocean bed where God fights devil, good fights evil, truth triumphs, and beauty blossoms and justice gets done. The rituals, symbols, the mythological make sense here, not on the surface. The imagination, dreams, fantasies, and nightmares take wings from here. The complexes make a gateway to self from this bed. Saturn, the god of hard labor and savage punishment, rules this territory with help from the nodes of the moon, the dark agents of death and destruction, aptly called the shadow hands. True surrender happens to my ego, to the unconscious in me, and not to God as I misunderstood so far. I accepted and surrendered. My vitals returned. When I woke up, it was sunshine and a gentle breeze was blowing my way. I saw a ship appearing in the horizon, which grew in size as it neared me. I waved gently. I was scooped up and put inside a cabin comfortably in a cozy bed. Food and water followed. I ate with my greasy hands, licking my fingers and wiping my mouth on my sleeves. A wide grin marked my lips. I looked up the hands that fed me. My eyes widened with awe and wonder. I lived again. Thank you.